Hi, everybody. My name is Kelly Dodds. I am the director of the Glow Getters. I have been with Scentsy since March 2012. um, I am addicted to lipstick, coffee, natal charts, fragrance, obviously, and personality tests. Um, I've been a director since November 2013. And why am I here? I am here because I've had many international customers and team members. And also, if that's not enough to satiate you, I'm an annual sales earner and then many times around incentive earner, accelerated leadership graduate, boot camp graduate from director boot camp. I am an SFR presenter. I am also a world tour presenter, and I'm here because Liz nicely asked me to be here. So that's who I am. You will find me right now with purple hair, and you'll see that in the PowerPoint. Okay, so if you're here, you are watching because you have questions in regards to something international, whether that be shipping, selling to someone, recruiting someone, partying with somebody who is either in a military base, is in Canada, or is in Mexico, or sponsoring someone who's in Region 2 or Region 3, which is the Europe and New Zealand and Australia regions. So I'm going to talk all about a little bit of that. Cross borders coming up. We'll talk about that and some other things that you need to know, how you get paid off of these things, and so on. So first and foremost, the first question you have to ask yourself is, where is this person located? So if you are a US, which I'm just assuming that most of you are, if you are a US consultant, you're in Region 1, which means that you can only sell within Region 1, which is Canada, Mexico, the United States, and the military bases and territories within the United States. I just want to make that clear, so I'm going to say it again. If you are a United States, a Canadian, or a Mexican consultant with Scentsy, you can only sell in the United States, Mexico, and Canada. You cannot sell in regions 2 or 3. You can sponsor, you cannot sell. Okay. If you are a US consultant, Canadian consultant, or Mexican consultant, there are cross-border agreements under the account section of your workstation that you need to sign. And we're going to take a look at those. I'm going to show you what they look like so that you can see them. And I'm actually going to go through and sign up for one with you so that you know what that process looks like too. So let me share my screen really quickly after I get logged in, because you don't need to see that. We're going to go on. We're going to start on the account screen. Here we go. Share. Okay, so you should see my screen, and right now what you should see is my account tab. So you're gonna see my address real quick, and you're gonna see my website. I'm gonna scroll down here where it says international subscriptions, and you're gonna see right now I'm enrolled in Region 1 with my credit card information, and I've signed all of my agreements. So that's a Canadian sell and a Mexico sell and sponsor, because right now I have consultants in Mexico. You're going to see that I have not signed up for Region 2 and I'm not signed up for Region 3. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to Region 3. Okay, so right here, you're going to see it says, I agree to the Australia sponsor agreement, and we'll only get sponsor agreements in regions 2 and 3 because you can't sell. And so you would read all of this. Now, I had previously registered for this. I had turned it off because I had no leads to Australia or New Zealand at the time, but I have one right now. I don't know that she'll sign, but I'm going to sign it anyway, because if she doesn't, then if she does, then I have to sign this to get paid off of her. So all of this information, you'll want to read over it. It does have quite a bit of information in it. I already know what's in it, so I'm going to hit agree. And that's going to put a check mark. And because New Zealand is tied to this region, I also have to read the New Zealand one, which I've already read. So I'm going to hit agree and I'm going to hit next. And then it's going to have me pay, it's $10 a month for that one. And then once you pay, it'll come back and it'll look just like my region one. I'm not going to put my credit card information in here. So once you pay and you hit subscribe, you'll go back to the account tab and it'll look like this. Region one section does. Okay. This is a PowerPoint that I'm going to give you guys. There's going to be a link that you can access so that you have all this information. I went through region 3 subscription instead of region 2's. There is for region 1 a sales, and then if you sponsor someone in Canada and Mexico, if you're a US consultant, then you'll be prompted to do the sponsoring cross-border. It will not come up until you sponsor someone. The training for signing up for this is also at this link, this process training PDF on Workstation. So if you click this link or if you copy and paste this link in, you can go through this. Again, you cannot sell outside of region 1. Okay, so you've signed, congrats, good job. Now you can sell and sponsor in region 1, or you can sponsor in regions 2 and 3. So a couple things you need to know. You can host parties in certain locations. You can get sales from certain locations. You can sponsor in certain locations. They order from you in the same way that your region normally would, except there's a flag they have to click on. So I'm going to show you that flag. We're going to go. This is my website. So you'll notice right now there's a Canadian flag. I actually am a US consultant. So I'm a US consultant, but I have customers in Mexico. So I'm going to go over to Mexico. And I have to tell them to change that flag. It's so important because in Mexico, they don't have all of the products that the United States and Canada does. So if they go through the United States section, they're going to see more products than what they actually have to order. Also, they're going to see different prices. So when you're here in Mexico, I think this is really funny, so I'm going to show you. When you're here in Mexico, the body scrub show is $300. When you're in Canada, the sugar scrub show is $16. When you're in the United States, they're going to show us $12. And the reason for that is peg rates. And it's based on how much the US dollar is worth where they are. So, same thing goes for Workstation. I can't place an order. You're going to see my PRV. Ignore that. It's up here. I can't place an order for someone in Canada on my US workstation. I have to switch to the Canadian workstation, or for Mexico, I have to switch to the Mexico workstation. And if I'm looking to help a person I've sponsored, I have to go to their resources to tell them certain information. Their pricing's different. Some of their standards are different. So you have to make sure that you're talking to those points. So you'll get access to whichever market you're in. This comes in handy when new catalogs come out and you want to sneak look at what they've got that you didn't get in other regions. But anyways, so you just do that. From your phone, if you're doing it from your phone, you click those 3 lines at the top, and then you go down and you change market. Okay, so that was the catch. You would create your parties on those specific locations. You need to make sure if you're doing a party in Canada that the address is in Canada, and that the card they're paying with has a Canadian address. And same thing with Mexico. It's a Mexican address, and the payment cards they're using have Mexican billing addresses. Okay, military bases. Shipping is different for military bases. So sometimes they'll be overseas, but they're in a United States military, and they'll have military addresses. So APO, FPO, DPO are the 3 different types of military bases we ship to. They cannot be the default party address for shipping. They have to have a US party address. You can ship everything, including host rewards, directly to a military base, but the actual address for the party has to be a domestic US address. They can use a parent's address. They can use your address, but you can't ship anything from yourself to them. Everything would have to be directly shipped to the APO, FPO, or DPO. There is a approved list of zip codes for APOs, FPOs, and DPOs on Workstation. If the address you need is missing, if the zip code is missing, you can send a request to consultant support to see if it can be added. The shipping charges for APO, FPO, DPO are the same as Alaska, Hawaii, and US territories. And the shipping time frames take longer than the domestic shipping. They don't quote a direct time. So I've put the link for military shipping. That's a clickable link, so you can click it. But on the side underneath the American flag, these are your minimum and maximum and how much the shipping charges are for Workstation and for PWS. So an individual order is listed, a party order is listed, a direct ship party order is listed. If they're a consultant, a success order, or if you're shipping something from the success store to them, Scent and Warmer of the month, if from some reason you have a consultant, PWS orders, and then attached party PWS orders are all there. That chart you can find by searching shipping tiers on our US Workstation. Okay, let's talk about Canada really quickly. So Canada's shipping timeframes is the standard 10 business days from shipping date, and that is because we have a warehouse facility in Canada. So you'll find the only price difference here for shipping is based on the peg rate. The prices shown are what they pay from a Canadian consultant. So it doesn't matter that you're a US consultant or a Mexico consultant and they're ordering from Canada. If you have questions about the price points, you can look up peg rates. There's tons of information on the internet on peg rates. We're not going to go into it on here, but that's why they cost more than United States. And this breakdown is very similar to Mexico, where it's based on amount spent, party orders, direct shipped, and so on. Mexico is going to look a little different because the prices look higher because Mexico uses pesos. So currently, right now, as of today, $1 US is over 20 pesos. So you're going to see a shipping charge that is like $150, but that's only $7.50 US. Also, the quoted time frame for shipping in Mexico is 4 to 15 business days for PWS and up to 10 business days for workstation. We have a warehouse in Mexico too. So it's pretty typical turnaround times for Mexico. But remember, they don't get all the same inventory as the United States and Canada. So if they're on the wrong version and they contact you to order something that they don't have, then you're looking at doing it yourself or telling somebody that they don't have it yet. Again, broken down workstation, PWS, it's all underneath the flag. You have access to the PowerPoint, so I'm not going to hold on this too long. The reason they look so large is because of the peg rate. If you divide it by 20, divide the number by 20, and that's how much US dollars it is. Okay, international sponsoring. So there's a lot of flags on here because we have so many different regions that you can sponsor it. First things first, you have to know somebody. You have to build a relationship with somebody, or you have to know somebody who knows somebody that'll let you build a relationship with somebody. You need an active PWS. They join the same way. They go to your join section. They have to have the different flag. The number of times when somebody asks me, hey, so-and-so wants to join, but it's only asking for social security number, and they don't have one of those because they're international. There is not ever going to be a way for them to sign up on your US link. They have to go to the flag. They have to select the country. You have to be enrolled in the cross-border ahead of time. So for region 1, that's easy because Mexico and Canada are on the same selling cross-border and sponsoring cross-border. But for region 2 and region 3, you saw they're separate. You can flip from the computer screen again, or you can flip from your mobile. You can do that and walk them through it so you can see it. You can't see them do it, but you can walk through how to get there. You have to be, again, enrolled in the cross-border. You can sponsor in any region. You cannot sell in any region, but you can sponsor in any region. So if you know somebody in Austria, I used Austria's slide. If you know somebody in Spain, if you know somebody in France, if you know somebody in Ireland, if you know somebody in Australia and New Zealand, if you know somebody in Germany, the UK, if you know somebody in any of those countries, the Netherlands, you can sponsor there. Okay. So this is normally what I ask you if you have any questions. Since this is a recording, there aren't going to be obviously any questions. So I'm going to reiterate some things that I think could have questions. Then you can ask Liz or Randy any questions and they will report back to me. Number 1, shipping in Mexico and in Canada is still within 15 business days. Canada's within 10. Mexico's within 15. It's not different than the United States. What's different is military. Military is a little bit longer. They don't quote it. They just let you know that it takes longer than the quoted time frame domestic. This is because we have warehouses in Mexico. We have warehouses in Canada, and we don't always have warehouses where the APO, FPO, or DPO is. Now, if they're in the United States, on a military base in the United States, then it normally still follows US turnaround times. If they are, I don't know, say Japan, that's a little bit sticky. That's going to take some time. So we don't quote timeframes for that necessarily. You can check with consultant support and see if they can give you an estimated time once there's a tracking number. You have to sign a cross-border no matter what to sponsor, and you have to keep enrolled and pay for it monthly. They have different charges. So Canada, Mexico is $5 a month. The other 2 regions are $10 a month. You have to keep them active. If you don't, you will not get paid on your person that month, or you maybe won't be able to recruit people in that area that month. It is a tax write-off. So you can write it off on your taxes. You can sponsor in any region. You can only sell in region 1. I don't think there's anything more that I want you to take away than absolutely understanding. You can sell in US, Mexico, Canada. You cannot sell in any other region. Almost everything for cross-border is done in your account tab. You won't have to do anything anywhere else. If for some reason your credit card expires, you want to make sure you're in there as soon as you possibly can if you have a recruit. Okay? Everything else is on Workstation. All the different shipping tiers, it's on Workstation. It's in here. You have this now. You can see it. If you have questions in regards to something specific, down below, wherever this is posted, Randy and Liz will pass the info to me. Thank you, Liz, for asking me to do this training. I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.